The Drive with Rob and Roz, Jacaranda FM.
Listen, Marlene mentioned what we're going to talk about and explained well today. Dis daai groen goed, nee, wat op ons riviere en ons damme sit.
Explain well. Exclusive to The Drive with Rob and Roz.
Water hyacinth is what we're talking about today. And it's everywhere. And we're talking specifically the Vaal River today. But I was at Harties 2 weeks ago with my family, and I was having a walk around the dam. And I've only ever seen it floating like out there. I've never been up close and personal. And they were obviously collecting some and dumping it on the side of the dam. And I had a look. These plants are much bigger than I thought they were.
100%. And they take over so much of the Harties Dam. We were there in October with my husband and his parents, and I couldn't believe how little of the dam you could see because it's just hyacinths.
And I mean, I thought, it was like a lettucey thing floating on the water, like that big. It's as long as your arm.
Yeah.
It's as thick as your arm. The leaves are huge. This is a big, big plant, and it is everywhere.
Yeah. So we're chatting specifically today about the situation in the Vaal where there's water hyacinth and water lettuce. These are poisonous plants that have taken over, to date, ongeveer 179 hektaar het hulle nou oorgevat, and it's doing the worst to all of the fauna and flora in that environment, as well as the fish. Die water is nie regtig baie sanitized. It's just
no
like
sunlight gets into the bottom. It eats up all the oxygen out of the plant. Everything else dies around it. Just to give you some background, it's originally from South America, water hyacinth. It is a problem everywhere, from New Zealand to India and Bangladesh to the United States of America. It's covering Lake Victoria at the moment and is hier by ons. It's one of the fastest growing plants in the world. They reckon that a plant can multiply more than 100-fold in the number of plants it creates in 23 days.
Listen, I'm just looking here op jacarandafm.com/drive. Die hele storie is daar oor hoe hierdie goed opereer en wat hulle eintlik doen aan die omgewing. But I'm looking at a photo. It's the first photo on the article. It looks like a green meadow.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say just by looking at this photo that there's actually a river underneath
as jy nie
it.
weet wat ding is daar nie en jy stap daar in,
Dan kan jy lekker gaan moonwalk.
net so klein bietjie nat wees,
Ja.
you know. Maar jy het nou gesê 179 hektaar, nee. So that is the equivalent of 179 rugby fields that these things are covering in the Vaal River. So we spoke to Randwater about what they're doing. So they are going to release, they already started the process, things that we call weevils. In Afrikaans is it 'n kalander, dis so 'n mooi woord. And hoppers. So it's insects that they are going to release every 2 weeks, thousands of these things to start eating the water sly. So that's what they're doing, and they're breeding these things specifically only for that.
Good. I like natural solutions, and I hope this one works, because hyacinth has been a problem forever. You can't get rid of the damn stuff. It grows too quickly. The seeds stay in the water and the ground for almost 30 years. They can grow. So we're trying to find all sorts of solutions, because we can't just pour poison in our rivers that are already in a bad state. So now they've gone for weevils
These
and
animals,
hoppers.
yeah. So it's a three-pronged approach, right? So they've got the whole community, everyone living next to the Vaal. They came together with their boats. They pushed all of these plants together and they sprayed it with a chemical. Now, people are very upset about the spraying of the chemical, but they're saying it was done responsibly. And now they are releasing all of these insects on there. But of course, people caring about the environment are really worried about what about our own plants. So listen to Leslie Hoy. He's there, and he spoke to us about this.
The weevils and the hoppers are host specific, only feeds on the water lettuce. If there are no more water lettuce left in that water body for whatever reason, those weevils will die out. They will not then move on to indigenous plant species that we have in South Africa.
Good.
Yes, so it's but the key here is sustainability and keeping it going. So with Harties, we're seeing one day someone is there and then over 2 years someone else is there. So it's not really a sustainable solution as far as I can determine. But here what they are planning to do is to get people next to the river to actually build hot boxes where they are going to breed these insects.
Yes,
everyone.
there we go.
And then they're going to release it, and that is the solution. We will have to see if this is going to work.
I hope everyone on the riverbank
But that's
gets a
the dream.
hopper box and a weevil box.
Just to make sure that this problem is solved, because it is an environmental crisis at this point. En as jy op die Vaal Dam bly of Vaal Rivier bly en jy weet hoe erg hierdie probleem is, hierdie kan net goeie nuus wees vir jou.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So the entire story is up jacarandafm.com. We are fighting invasive plants with little bugs, and I'm here for it. Long may it last. And fingers crossed this is going to go well over time.
Rob and Roz, Jacaranda FM.